Hey, what's going on, my friends? Misha Wilson here, coming at you on a not so sunny day from the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii. It's actually about to start raining here, it looks like. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about kind of a subject matter that I don't usually go ahead and touch on, and we're going to get a little bit kind of ethereal even. So if you watch lots of my videos and if you follow me on a regular basis, you know that most of my content tends to be pretty much straight to the point. How-to, tactical, some mindset stuff. But I tend to teach more out of, real experiential knowledge, strategies, tactics that you can use in your business to go ahead and move forward. But today I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit of a deeper subject matter, actually getting on an Inner Circle call last night with the Super Affiliate Network members and hearing what one member had to say, and just kind of being in my own personal experience and dealing with limiting beliefs myself, and kind of overcoming some of my limiting beliefs, but then also even something deeper than limiting beliefs, right? So I was on the Inner Circle call last night, and we had one member who's actually doing really well. She made another $1,000 commission today. She had made a pro sale on a payment plan last week. And she said that she sees other people and she questions whether or not she can ever hit that level, right? And I think we've all had that feeling. I think we've all, looked at other people doing $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month, etc. And we all have that voice in the back of our head that says, yes, they can do it, but can I do it, right? It's completely and totally natural. I have it myself. I still deal with it to this day. And I think everybody, just depending at what level of the game they're playing at, has that next goal that they're aspiring to, that they're not 100% sure whether or not they can hit, right? And I wanted to actually talk a little bit about kind of a little bit more in-depth kind of mindset training, but it's almost, I don't even know what to call it. It's more or less comes from me going through the most hellish, experience I've ever gone through in my own personal life. It was when I was 18 years old. I was playing tennis all the time. I was getting ready to play Division I college tennis, and I got incredibly sick. I actually got sick from overtraining. My hormones shut off. I had adrenal fatigue. I lost a bunch of weight. I had to stop playing tennis altogether. The doctors told me I couldn't play any more tennis. I just got completely and totally depressed. I was directionless, and I was just really at an all-time low. I was on prescription medication. I started taking too much prescription medication at the time. It was being prescribed by doctors, but I started abusing it instead of using it, just because, to be honest, I wasn't suicidal at that time, but I didn't necessarily care on a daily basis about, what I was doing. I wasn't happy. I didn't really care about life, right? I was just kind of waking up, more or less go to sleep at the end of the night. And I wasn't a happy camper. Was not a happy camper at all during those days. And I actually went through about 2 years of twice a week therapy. You're gonna have to stick with me in this video because I don't usually talk about this stuff. I went to therapy twice a week, and I just got really in depth into tuning into exactly what was going on in my mind, right? Tuning into all the various voices that I had going on, tuning into all the various parts that made up a whole Misha Wilson, right? And what I learned was extremely invaluable, and I think it helps me in business a lot. And I don't know if you've read the book, The Power of Now, or practicing The Power of Now, but it's really all about becoming an observer of your thoughts, realizing that your thoughts are lots of times more than just thoughts. They're parts that make up a whole, and your thoughts, your parts, they're different segments of you that are trying to help you, all right? So everything's trying to help you. So what you need to realize, and I don't want to get too in-depth because I could talk about this for hours and some people will believe it, some people won't, right? But what you need to realize is that you're separate from your thoughts. You're separate from the things you think. You're separate from the way you feel. You're a complete and total different entity from all the various clutter and all the various things that go through your mind, right? And when you learn to become the observer of your thoughts, when you learn to step back and instead of just be entrenched in your thoughts, thinking about how you'll feel tomorrow when you get XYZ, thinking about how you can move away from a painful, experience in the past, and when you learn to just step away from all of that internal clutter, all of that internal chatter, and focus on being present in the moment, 100% here and now with people, life becomes a lot more enjoyable. You realize that you are you. You realize that you're here. I'm in this car right now driving in Maui, right? You're wherever you are. And you can live and feel the present moment, which is completely and totally invaluable, right? So many people go through their daily just routine where they're constantly striving for a goal to go ahead and hit tomorrow. They're constantly going ahead and trying to run away from a pain that they felt yesterday, and they completely and totally forget about living in the power of now, right? And the only way you can ever feel the present moment, the only way you can ever actually tap into the present moment and be able to go ahead and shoot these videos, be able to go ahead and host webinars, be present in that moment when you're going ahead and presenting, have everything come out smoothly. I mean, this is take number 1 of this video. This is stuff I've never talked about. This is stuff I'm not necessarily even comfortable talking about, but the words are coming out smoothly because I have a little routine that I go through mentally to go ahead and get into the present moment, right? Now someone's actually pulling out here, so give me a moment. But anyway, the only way that you can truly tap into your full potential, truly tap into a peaceful, harmonious, just daily routine is if you go ahead and learn how to tap into the power of now, how to live in the present moment, right? And it all comes down to becoming an observer of your thoughts and realizing that your thoughts are there for a reason. They're trying to help you, being okay with your thoughts, but then realizing that you have the choice of whether or not you can entertain those thoughts, all right? You have the choice whether or not you want to go ahead and give those thoughts energy. You have the choice about whether or not you want to put more energy into a certain, goal that you're trying to strive towards, or maybe, take your foot off the pedal, realize that that's just an external, part of you trying to move you away from a pain in order to accomplish that next pleasure, hit that new goal, hit that next milestone, etc. And when you realize that all there is in this world is you right now in the present moment doing whatever you're doing right now, right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. I could get hit by a bus here turning around this corner, right? Yesterday was just literally, it was an experience, and depending on the lens that I was looking through yesterday, my experience was different than everybody else's experience, right? The only thing that we truly have is right now. And when you learn to tap into the power of now, when you learn to tap into the present moment, when you learn to go ahead and just, tune out all the voices, tune out all the clutter, go ahead and realize that your thoughts, they're part of you, but learn how to go ahead and separate yourself from the internal mess that is our mind so oftentimes. That's what allows you to go ahead and stream videos very easily. And I'm talking kind of, when it comes to advantages in business, but it also just makes you more happy on a daily basis. And I can tell you this coming from a place of being entirely unhappy for an extended period of time and just going through a hellish experience myself. And so I would highly recommend studying The Power of Now. I've actually never read the book The Power of Now. I've read the book Practicing the Power of Now, which is kind of the guide to implementing the power of now. So he goes over all the information, Eckhart Tolle, and then he goes ahead and talks about how you can go ahead and apply it. But the only way I personally believe that you can tap into your full potential, the only way I personally believe you can be happy on a daily basis, the only way I personally believe that you can wake up every morning and enjoy your life experience is if you learn to live in the present moment and you stop trying to run away from the past and start trying to go ahead and attain some goal in the future. Sure, it's cool to work hard. It's cool to go ahead and push yourself towards goals. It's cool to go ahead and try to, fulfill everything that your potential can go ahead and fulfill. And I'm all about that. But you have to learn how to live in the present moment if you're going to actually enjoy the process. And what you find is that when you live in the present moment, everything becomes a lot easier. So guys, I hope you kind of stuck with me on this video. I don't usually talk about this stuff, so I'm a little bit unpolished on the subject matter, but I hope you got value. Let me know if you got value in the comment section below. And if you did get value, share on social media, go ahead, let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and I will talk with you all very soon.